Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is RJ and today we're going to be looking at Hitbits. Yes, I know it's been a while since we looked at this program. In fact, it's been nearly a month. So today we're going to be doing a big withdrawal. I'm going to be giving you some hints and tips, and I'm also going to be talking about some other stuff as well. So keep watching. Okay, and welcome to another video. So if this is your first time visiting my channel and you want to learn more about how to earn cryptocurrency for free, about cloud mining sites, crypto investments and lots of other crypto related stuff, hit that subscribe button and don't forget to tag that notification bell so you're alerted to all my latest content as it comes online. Okay, so let's get straight into it. As you can see now, we are in my Hitbits account. I know it's been a while since we've been looking at this program, but today I'm actually going to be going over quite a bit of information. Some of it will be targeted to newbies, and then some will be targeted to everyone. So those of you that are already connected with Hitbits, have accounts, or even just know how the program works, you might want to skip over the first part of this video. But basically the way it's going to go down, or the way I'm laying it out, is that I'm going to do a quick review for those that don't know anything about Hitbits, really what it is, but that review is only going to be looking at what the bare minimum of what you need to be doing to be earning coins. That is it. I'm not, because obviously this is a virtual mining game which sort of takes place in a fantasy world, which is sort of laid out like a role-playing game, so like Dungeons and Dragons and stuff like that. So you can go and battle orcs and trolls and forest demons, you can collect potions, you can buy books of knowledge and spells and all that kind of stuff. But do you need to be doing that to earn tokens or earn coins to be able to do withdrawals? No, not at all. So I'm only going to be doing a review and talking to you about what you need to be doing to be earning from this program. And obviously once you've opened your account, you can go and investigate all those other things for yourself. Okay, after that I'm going to be talking about why I like these programs, and also why I actually believe they could possibly be more secure and safer to use than cloud mining sites. And then at the end I'm going to do a bit of a comparison between Hitbits and Satoshi Labs, and basically talk about why I now no longer use Satoshi Labs and I use Hitbits basically as you know, as one of my main programs as virtual mining programs. Okay, so for those of you that don't know what Hitbits is, like I've just said, it is a virtual mining program which takes place in a fantasy world, which very much is sort of in the guise of a role-playing game. So, but to earn coins from this program, you need to do actually very little. So once you've got your free account, which you'll find the link in the description, once you've opened up your free account, the first thing you need to do is build up tokens. To build up tokens, just go into the offer wall, and here you can do short link, you can do surveys, short links, you can watch videos, more surveys, more surveys. You can do a tour of this site, but AsiaMag in the past has been connected with malware, so I don't touch that. More surveys, and then this is just an offer wall. AdGem is also a separate offer wall, and you can go and check out what's on there. I personally use Theorem Reach. It is basically surveys, but the reason why I like Theorem Reach is even if you do not complete a survey, they will still give you a certain amount of tokens. If you fail doing one of their surveys on the first question, you will still get 80 tokens. So if you fail 10, which is the maximum you'll be allowed before they say, right, you've ran out of surveys, you need to come back tomorrow, that's still 800 tokens. So basically, that is pretty much what I do now. AdGate Media I used to use, but the problem with AdGate Media is you can start a survey, they would tell you it's going to take 15 minutes, but 90% of the way through they suddenly decide that a question you've answered, they don't like your answer, and they'll just kick you out of that survey, and then you start another survey. So that process can take quite a while. So with Theorem Reach, like I say, here you can see all these failed on the first question, but I still got 80 points. This one I did a full survey, got 5,040, 800 there, 80, 80, 80, I answered 2 questions there, got 240. I asked 2 questions there, answered 2 questions there, and got 800. Okay, so basically, bearing that in mind, if that is something that you want to do, if you want to do the surveys, 2 hints or tips on this is: 1, before you come into this site, make sure you clear your browsing history. So clear all the cookies, clear everything out. So basically that will help you when you're doing your surveys. Also as well, if you don't want to spend a lot of time in the surveys and you want to claim the minimum amount of tokens, when they ask you what you do for a job, just say you work in market research. Just tick that box, says market research, and they will automatically basically kick you out again. But you might get 80, you could get 800, you might get 240, depending where that question has come, how far that's come through the survey. Like I say, answer market research and that will just kick you, they will boot you straight out, but they will give you a set amount of tokens anyway. Okay, so once you've got your tokens, so let's say you've got your 5,000 tokens, you go click here and you go and buy Mercenaries. So basically with your Mercenaries, you've got your 5,000 tokens. So for 5,000 tokens you can buy 10 Mercenaries. So if we click there, so you got 10 Mercenaries, that's going to give you 30 credits every hour, and basically in 30 days you're going to get 21,600 credits, which is just shy of a minimum withdrawal. But if so, because we had 5,000, didn't we? If we click, say if we click up to there, 4608, that will give you 36, and that will just tip you over the minimum withdrawal. Okay, so what do you need to do next? So this is where you have to sort of have a bit of forward thinking. So you've got yourself your 5,000 credits. You know that you can buy 12 at 4.6, which would leave you 400 tokens left. What do you do with those 400 tokens? So you'd come into the marketplace here, and then you go click here, which is trade. And then with your 400 tokens, you put in here for food, and that will give you 21,000 worth of food. Because basically, if you've basically got your mercenaries, your garrison of warriors, which will go out and pillage and plunder and you know, collect treasure for you, and every hour you will get that you will get a deposit into your credits, which obviously if we're working on the 4,600, you're getting 36 credits in there every hour. But they need to eat, because you know they're exerting energy, and basically you know they need food. So basically make sure that you are thinking about that. Don't spend all your tokens on mercenaries and then have nothing to basically feed them with, because if you have 0 in your food, you will earn a little, but you will not earn your full 100% payout. Okay, so that is really important. If we quickly go back in here, so I did a video, the last video I did on this program was on May the 5th. On May the 5th I had 107 mercenaries. As you can see now I have 125, and I was earning 321 credits per hour. I'm now earning 375, so that's nearly 400 credits per hour I'm earning, and I've got 436 hours of food, which means that I can keep doing surveys and buying mercenaries. And as long as you know I keep this at a relatively high level, sometimes I will not need to purchase food, because this will be high enough. But obviously the more mercenaries you own, the more mouths you feed, so this will start to drop. Okay, that is it. So basically now all once you've done that, you can basically just leave. If you really wanted to, you could leave that now for 30 days and basically not do anything, and you'll get your 25,000. You could do a minimum withdrawal if you wanted to. I personally say, as you saw, I was doing them surveys and only getting the bare minimum, because what I've basically been doing is doing surveys every single day, but for smaller amounts. But I've been earning, like if you look here, so I'll buy two mercenaries there, 13 there, 4, 2, 3, 2, 2, 2. So I'm doing these little, sort of getting these little points and surveys every single day, and building up my mercenary count as fast as possible, but without spending hours doing it. So that's sort of what my process now has been. If I've got time, I will do a full survey like you saw, that 5,001, but basically in the morning when I'm doing them, normally I'm just doing 80, 80, 80. I'm doing it as quick as possible to basically get that done, buy a couple of mercenaries, and then allow that to just keep building. And also as well, as you saw that you got 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, and 120 days. Basically, the bigger your garrison, the bigger your amount of mercenaries you have, the more rewards you're going to get per hour. And yes, you can buy these and they will last longer, but for 4,000 credits you're going to get 10 here, but you're only going to get what, three or so there. So obviously the amount you're earning per hour is a lot lower, even though they will last a lot longer. So I stick to the 30 days, and basically I just keep an eye on that, and they just keep building that account as fast as possible. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go and do a withdrawal, and I actually did this withdrawal earlier, so it will look a bit weird because the credits will be slightly different, but I just want to show you doing this because it is a big withdrawal, and when that comes through I will be doing a proof of payment for you guys so you can see that the program is working. Okay, right. Okay, so on that note, what we're going to do is, if we dive into here, we are going to make a withdrawal for 110,000 credits. So as you can see here, these are all the withdrawals I've done. I've done numerous of withdrawals, and they've always been completed and received in my wallet. But the reason why I've saved up this much, because normally, as you can see there, I do like 40, 50, 85, blah blah. I've never done one over 100,000, but basically it's because what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do a proof of payment for this program. Okay, so if we do 110, because I think a lot of most of these programs, so it's 110,000. So most of these programs, you got to do, when it comes to the withdrawals, you need to do round numbers. Like I say, you can do Express Crypto, and Doge is coming soon. I personally just withdraw it all to Bitcoin. Okay, so then we request, and it's saying that the request has been successful. You might wonder why that has not changed yet. If you click on home, there you go, you can see 41. So what we're waiting for now, in the next couple of days, that will land in my wallet. And it, as you can see, is if we go back into the withdrawals, it will tell you what so there you can see 110,000, and then here this is what it's worth in BTC. So I can, when I've done my proof of withdrawal, I will show that and match that price there, or that figure there, to what is in my wallet, so you can see that that is a legitimate withdrawal and the program is working. I mean, like I say, it has been working great, but as I've said in past videos, I do like doing proof of withdrawals for you. Okay, so I did say that I would talk about why I like these virtual mining games, and why I believe, or basically, that I see them as being safer than cloud mining programs. Obviously, with a cloud mining program, it's slightly easier, and you basically do less because you can just put a bit of an investment in there into a cloud mining program, and then just leave it and watch it build, and then cross fingers that when you get to the minimum, the program's still running and you can make that withdrawal. And at the end of the day, that's what, if it was all as hassle free as that, and it was all safe and secure, we'd all be doing it. And at the end of the day, We do have a few cloud mining programs running at the moment, but like I say, is if you're prepared to put in a little bit of work with these virtual mining games, I see them as actually a safer bet. Why is that? Basically because these programs get their money from you doing the surveys, you doing the short links, from ads, all that kind of thing. That is where they're getting their money from, which means that they are not troubled by the issues that can arise from the crypto world. So as we know, Bitcoin and all other cryptocurrency is massively volatile, so it's going up and down in price all the time. We've just had the halving. The halving cut in half the amount of the reward that was given to miners for mining each block, which is basically why at the moment EOBot is at a standstill, because the company that runs EOBot, they rent out, or they basically pay a fee to a hosting company to host their miners, which we're earning from. But because of the halving, EOBot is actually paying out more in fees than they are earning from those miners. So that is why they are currently on hold. Whereas something like this with Hitbits or Satoshi Labs, crypto mining game, and other stuff like that, because they basically, you might not realize, but they actually get paid. Or usually how it works, they will get paid in cash or in fiat money from us doing the surveys and stuff like that, but they pay us in cryptocurrency. So like I say, that is how their business is supported. Their business is not supported by us mining, or by us, or them relying on anything from the crypto world. They've just developed this game and capitalized on the fact that so many people want to get into crypto, and doing these games is an easy way of doing that. But like I say, they actually earn cash from those surveys and that we do, and then they just pay us in crypto. And because of that, it means that it is a safer bet, because unless, say for instance, all those say Hitbits suddenly did something majorly unethical, and then all those survey companies and stuff decided they didn't want to have anything to do with Hitbits, then it's unlikely Hitbits is really going to fall on hard times and not have currency to pay its members. Obviously there is always the chance that they could, like any company or program or investment, things can change and they could just suddenly disappear. But that is more likely to happen with a cloud mining company than it is to happen with something like this. I mean, Satoshi Labs has been around, what's that, 4 years now, and it's still going strong. Admittedly, they did have to tweak their program slightly, which is one of the reasons why I don't really use it now. But like I say, that is why I like virtual mining games such as this. Yes, you do have to put a bit of work into it, but I've had numerous withdrawals from this program, and I've never really had a problem, apart from I think 2 withdrawals I had a delay on, but then after I spoke about it on that video, I then received it, that withdrawal or those withdrawals, about 2 days later. So I have received all the withdrawals I've ever done from this program. Okay, so finally, Hitbits and Satoshi Labs. So Satoshi Labs was developed before Hitbits, and Hitbits is actually owned by the same company or the same people that run Satoshi Labs. So they are programs joined together, or not joined together, but they're run by the same company. And essentially they work in exactly the same way. So where Hitbits, you'll be buying Mercenaries and stuff like that, and obviously you have to buy your food to give them energy and stuff like that, and then they will just go for your 30 days, you know, and earn you your credits. Whereas Satoshi Labs here, basically, again, it's a virtual world, but that virtual world is, or virtual thing is actually a mining company. So rather than building up an army and stuff like that, you're building up a mining, like a little mining empire. But the big thing that really killed this for me, because the thing is this program uses the exact same offer wall that you saw in Hitbits. So if we go in there, you'll see it is exactly the same. They have, you know, so you've got Theorem Reach, Jungle War, AdGate, Ad Work Media and Minute Staff are the only differences, but you've got Short Links, Personally, and Asia Mag. So it's exactly the same. The premise behind it is the same. You buy stuff, or in this case, you buy bunkers, tools, generators, security, all that kind of stuff, and it will then basically give you a return on what you have bought. But the difference is that with Hitbits, you purchase the food, which here you can see how many hours that is going to last for. I mean, I've had that on 400 for absolutely flipping months. Now and again, I'll throw 100, you know, 100 tokens in there, a couple hundred tokens in there, you know, and but the thing is with Satoshi Labs, you had to keep this energy bar at 100. What that meant was that being at 100, that everything you had purchased was running at 100%, which meant you were getting 100% of your profit. If that started dropping down, then your profit started dropping down. And the big thing was like when I first came in here, you could do a survey or a couple of surveys, get yourself 10,000 in your credit balance, and that would last like months, you know, and everything would run at 100% for absolutely weeks and weeks, and would have no problem. And then you could just top that up, you know, go and do another survey and keep topped up. Anyway, this apparently is not how the program was meant to work, and someone, nice member, happened to point out to Satoshi Labs that they were losing out big time. So Satoshi Labs rectified it by creating this activity index. The only problem now is your 10,000 credits, rather than lasting weeks and weeks and weeks, might last you a week, you know, and that is it, or might even only last you a few days. So to keep this running at 100%, you are having to do so much more work. Don't get me wrong, you know, I agree that they should not be losing out, but I think that the change that they put in place was not the correct one, because now for me you're putting in too much work for how much you are getting out, in my personal opinion. I think what they should have done was, because I think when you purchase, in fact, let me just, oh, in fact I can, yeah, let me just, what have I got? Okay, so let me just purchase this, because that's 250, right? So if we purchase that, okay, so we purchased it. So if we go into active resources, yeah, this is what I was going to say. This bunker will last 90 days, right? I think what they should have done was left everything running as it was, but only made each item last for 30 days. So, you know, so it's running out quicker, but you can still get away with doing the same amount of work, but just your items run out quicker. And I think that would have been a better bet, or even give you the choice, because obviously with Hitbits you get the choice of 30, 60, 90 or 120 days, and then that obviously, like they've done there, then takes the amount of money or amount of lab flasks from you to last that amount of time. But because they worked on this activity index, which now basically it's taken chunks and chunks of this credit balance from you, large amounts, rather than the amount it was doing. So like I say, so your 10,000 credit balance might now last you a week or maybe 3 or 4 days, where it was lasting you maybe 3 weeks. And for that now, I just think that Hitbits is a better program because you do how can I put it? You do a certain amount of work for a good return, whereas with Satoshi Labs, you're putting in, for me, you're putting in a lot of work for not a great return. So obviously I realize a lot of you out there have Satoshi Labs accounts and have large Satoshi Labs accounts, so the last thing you want to do is walk away from it. I mean, at one point I was earning, you know, quite a lot. I was earning a good amount of lab flasks every hour or whatever it was. But I just decided that it was no longer for me, and I just walked away from it. And now I now am building up this program, and I've actually only the last few days I've really started putting effort back into Hitbits, but now I will start doing regular videos so you can see my progress, and you will see how this will start building quickly now that I'm actually focusing more on this, and I've decided sort of in my head the approach to the surveys and stuff, and we'll see how that works out. So yeah, anyway, I'm sure you're all fed up of me waffling on, but I just wanted to give you my views on those few things, to give you a bit of an insight why I'm sort of back using this program. It's been now nearly a month since I did a video on this, and sort of my mindset on these programs. So anyway, it's been great having you here to watch. If you could smash that like button, it really supports my channel, which, like I say, it then just inspires me to bring more content to you. Take care, stay safe. Remember, you know, it still is not great out there, so just take care of yourselves and your families, and I will speak to you soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.